What did Stallone do to achieve success? Michael Sylvester Gardenzio Stallone was born July 6, 1946, is an American actor and filmmaker. He is well known for his Hollywood action roles, including boxer Rocky Balboa, the title character of the Rocky series, 7 films from 1976 to 2015, as Soldier John Rambo from the 4 Rambo films released between 1982 and 2008, and Barney Ross in the 3 The Expendables films from 2010 to 2014. He wrote or co-wrote most of the 14 films in all 3 franchises and directed many of the films. Stallone's film Rocky was inducted into the National Film Registry, as well as having his film props placed in the Smithsonian Museum. Stallone's use of the front entrance to the Philadelphia Museum of Art in the Rocky series led to the area to be nicknamed the Rocky Steps. Philadelphia has a statue of his Rocky character placed permanently near the museum. It was announced on December 7, 2010, that Stallone was voted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in the non-participant category. In 1977, Stallone was nominated for 2 Academy Awards for Rocky, Best Original Screenplay and Best Actor. He became the 3rd man in history to receive these 2 nominations for the same film, after Charlie Chaplin and Orson Welles. He received positive reviews as well as his first Golden Globe Award win and a 3rd Academy Award nomination for reprising the role of Rocky Balboa in Ryan Coogler's 2015 film, Creed. In 1970, Stallone had his first starring role in the softcore pornography feature film The Party at Kitty and Studs. He was paid $200 for 2 days' work. Stallone later explained that he had done the film out of desperation after being evicted from his apartment and finding himself homeless for several days. He has also said that he slept 3 weeks in the Port Authority bus terminal in New York City prior to seeing a casting notice for the film. In the actor's words, "It was either do that movie or rob someone, because I was at the end, the very end of my rope." Stallone also starred in the ironic off-Broadway stage play Score, which ran for 23 performances at the Martinique Theater from October 28 to November 15, 1971, and was later made into the 1974 film Score by Radley Metzger. While Stallone was in Switzerland, he played a restaurant patron in a scene with Robert Redford and Camelia Sparv in the sports drama Downhill Racer, 1969. In 1970, Stallone appeared in the film No Place to Hide, which was recut and retitled Rebel, the second version featuring Stallone as its star. After the style of Woody Allen's What's Up Tiger Lily, this film, in 1990, was re-edited from outtakes from the original movie and newly shot matching footage, then redubbed into an award-winning parody of itself titled A Man Called Rainbow. Stallone's other first few film roles were minor and included brief, uncredited appearances in Pigeons 1970 as a party guest, Woody Allen's Bananas 1971 as a subway thug in the psychological thriller Klute, 1971 as an extra dancing in a club, and in the Jack Lemmon film The Prisoner of 2nd Avenue 1975 as a youth. In the Lemmon film, Jack Lemmon's character chases, tackles, and mugs Stallone, thinking that Stallone's character is a pickpocket. According to actor Ilya Gould, Stallone confessed to being in MASH 1970 as an extra. He had his second starring role in The Lords of Flatbush in 1974. In 1975, he played supporting roles in Farewell, My Lovely, Capone, and Death Race 2000. He made guest appearances on the TV series Police Story and Kojak. Stallone gained worldwide fame with his starring role in the smash hit Rocky 1976. On March 24, 1975, Stallone saw the Muhammad Ali-Chuck Wepner fight. That night, Stallone went home, and after 3 days and 20 straight hours, he had written the script. Stallone attempted to sell the script to multiple studios with the intention of playing the lead role himself. Irwin Winkler and Robert Chardoff became interested and offered Stallone $350,000 for the rights, but had their own casting ideas for the lead role, including Robert Redford and Burt Reynolds. Stallone refused to sell unless he played the lead character, and eventually, after a substantial budget cut to compromise, it was agreed he could be the star. Rocky was nominated for 10 Academy Awards, including Best Actor and Best Original Screenplay nominations for Stallone. The film went on to win Academy Awards for Best Picture, Best Directing, and Best Film Editing. Stallone launched another major franchise success, starring as Vietnam veteran John Rambo, a former Green Beret, in the action war film First Blood, 1982. The first installment of Rambo was both a critical and box office success. Critics praised Stallone's performance, saying he made Rambo seem human as opposed to the way he is portrayed in the book of the same name. 3 Rambo sequels: Rambo: First Blood Part 2, 1985, Rambo 3, 1988, and Rambo 2008 followed. He also continued his box office success with the Rocky franchise and wrote and directed and starred in 2 more sequels to the series, Rocky 3, 1982, and Rocky 4, 1985. Stallone has portrayed these 2 characters in a total of 11 films. In preparation for these roles, Stallone embarked upon a vigorous training regimen, which often meant 6 days a week in the gym and further sit-ups in the evenings. Stallone claims to have reduced his body fat percentage to an all-time low of 2.8% for Rocky 3. Stallone met former Mr. Olympia Franco Columbu to develop the appearance of Rocky 4 and Rambo 2 films, just as if he were preparing for the Mr. Olympia competition. That meant 2 workouts a day, 6 days a week. After a 3-year hiatus from films, Stallone made a comeback in 2006 with the 6th installment of his successful Rocky series, Rocky Balboa, which was a critical and commercial hit. After the critical and box office failure of the previous installment, Rocky 5, Stallone had decided to write, direct, and star in his 6th installment, which would be a more appropriate climax to the series. The total domestic box office came to $70.3 million and $155.7 million worldwide. The budget of the movie was only $24 million. His performance in Rocky Balboa has been praised and garnered mostly positive reviews. Stallone's 4th installment of his other successful movie franchise is titled simply Rambo. The film opened in 2,751 theaters on January 25, 2008, grossing $6,490,000 on its opening day and $18,200,000 over its opening weekend. Its box office was $113,244,290 worldwide, with a budget of $50 million. Asked in February 2008 which of the icons, Rocky or Rambo, he would rather be remembered for, Stallone said, "It's a tough one, but Rocky is my first baby, so Rocky." The Expendables was Stallone's big success of 2010. The movie, which was filmed during the summer and winter of 2009, was released on August 13, 2010. Stallone wrote, directed, and starred in the movie. Joining him in the film were fellow action stars Jason Statham, Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, as well as Terry Crews, Mickey Rourke, Randy Couture, Eric Roberts, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, and cameos by fellow 80s action icons Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger. The movie took $34,825,135 in its opening weekend, going straight in at number 1 in the U.S. box office. The figure marked the biggest opening weekend in Stallone's career. A sequel, The Expendables 2, was released August 17, 2012, to a positive critical reception of 67% on Rotten Tomatoes, as opposed to the original's 41%, as well as returning cast members from the first film. The ensemble cast also included Jean-Claude Van Damme and Chuck Norris. The Expendables 3, the 3rd installment in the ensemble action film series, was released on August 15, 2014. The returning ensemble cast also added Wesley Snipes, Antonio Banderas, Mel Gibson, and Harrison Ford. In 2015, Stallone reprised his role as Rocky Balboa in the spin-off sequel film Creed, which focused on the son of his deceased friend and rival Apollo Creed becoming a boxer. The film, directed by Ryan Coogler, received critical acclaim, portraying the iconic cinematic boxer for the 7th time. Stallone's portrayal of the character received widespread acclaim and accolades, including the Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor and his 3rd Academy Award nomination, this time for Best Supporting Actor. As of 2015, Sylvester Stallone's net worth is over $400 million. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications to stay up to date with successes.